Hi, this is Barry Anderson from the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room. It is Friday, April the 24th. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. All right, well, I had a pretty bleak day in terms of setups. Most of the things that I saw did not have a lot of follow through. I got chopped out in a couple of trades, and I'm not going to go over them, for 3 or 4 cent losses. I will go over one of them though, which was typical of what I saw in a lot of the charts today. But I was lucky to get into this one relatively early, which meant that I didn't have I could be really selective in later on in my trading. I didn't feel compelled to take anything that didn't look really good, even though I still took a couple that didn't work. But that's going to happen. But CTSO, Cytosorbents Corporation, lovely biotech sounding name. This came on the 30-day opening range break right here. This Dan's CTSO at $7.73. And excuse me, I have it on the daily chart to start. And, about 3 weeks ago, this had a real catastrophic decline. I'm sure it was on some news. I don't know what they're trying to release to the market, what stage they're at, but obviously, it didn't work that day. And this almost dropped about half, $7. This is, $14. So in 3 days, it almost got cut in half. Tried a bit of a rally here, then a pullback, and then yesterday it looked like it was really going to go lower. It had a bit of a rally towards the end, so it didn't finish at the low of the day. And then today it perked up. And so it came on the the 30-minute opening range break. The break actually occurred at $7.73. So let me go to the 5-minute chart and see what happened. So here's where the alert happened, right here, right on this candle. Now it went way too quickly for me to get in. And, it got up to 791. Luckily for me, it pulled back. And it pulled back all the way back down almost to the alert, or just below the alert price of 771. So as it came back up on the next candle, I took the trade at right here at $7.80. And this turned out to be a really nice trade. Excuse me, really nice trade. It was hoping it was going to break through $8. Luckily, it did, and got it actually as high as 8.29. Obviously, was hoping it would go a lot higher. Took out some right here at 8.20. Then, as it was coming down, I didn't want to let it go through the whole number, so I took out the balance at 8.05. And luckily, because it just basically collapsed after that. So, I will watch this over next week just to see what happens with it. If it can regain $8 and go through it, it's got a big gap to fill. Again, let's just take a look at the daily chart, and if it can get, yeah, if it can get, yeah, it's got this area right here that would still cause some resistance areas, in my opinion. So I don't know. I'll put it on my watch list maybe and just see what happens next week. But luckily, as I said in my other video that I do for Tumblr, this was a fairly early trade. I was in here at about, I guess that's about 10:20, and out at about 10:50. So luckily, because of that, I didn't have to really try to force additional trades, because I was already in and out one fairly early. Now, let's take a look at one that really frustrated me. Was GIMO, Gigamon Incorporated, a technology play. And this one, before I'm just going to put it on pause. All right, I just found it where I was alerted to this. Actually, it had a couple of alerts. One of them was here. Dan's 30-minute opening range break again, 28.85. This is my personal long custom strategy, 28.85. And I actually think if I move up here, I may be wrong. Yeah, I thought it was actually on a swing too. GMO, I can't. Oh, yeah, right down here, a 5-day swing at 28.40. So if you took it down here, it wouldn't have been too bad, perhaps. Well, and it is a 5-day swing, so it's not meant to be day traded. But where I took it, You know, these were the alert areas, and it just chopped around right here. So I finally thought it was done. I mean, done chopping around. This candle right here sort of narrowed, and I made an anticipatory, kind of an anticipatory trade right here, 28.95. Usually I like to see it break through the whole number. See how it right here it broke through at 29.06, and I think right here it's just a bit over. So I took the trade right here at 28.95, and for a brief moment it looked great. 29.21, it looked like it was really going to continue. And then I got this candle, and it actually wiped me out right here. I couldn't get out fast enough. I couldn't get out at break even, or even before it broke down through the whole number. So I took a loss right here at 28.86. And look at this. I mean, it went all the way down to $28, and then it's just chopped around. So I suppose the bottom line would be this, is that if you played it for the 5 day swing, right here, the 5 day swing, 28.40. You'd be sitting pretty, 29.67. Even if you wanted to just get out of it at the end of today, that would be a great little gain, over $1 gain, if you could stomach all of this. Again, I'm a day trader by nature, so I'm not really doing too many of these 5 day swing trades, at least not holding them for 5 days or even one day. But I know there are several in our room that are doing that, and I know there was one individual, and he took a bunch yesterday, and they're all doing great for him. So, I may have to do something. I may, even if I just take a few shares of each one and hold on for 3 or 4 days just to see what happens. Probably no harm in doing that. But again, it's not quite in my nature to do that. So that is, I'm trying to think if there's anything. I did have a couple of other trades. COF didn't, it just got out break even. Actually, I had one trade at the beginning of the day in the pre-market. I got very fortunate on AEI. I mentioned this. Um, 1590. Look at this. It's really collapsed. But in the pre-market, I actually made a mistake, and I took the trade right here at 1598. Right here at 1598. In my brokerage account, I actually tried to get it right here, but I had forgotten to make a change. In the pre-market, I have to make an adjustment and how it looks at the trades, and I had to indicate that this was good to the end of the market, and as opposed to how I normally put my market or my orders in when the market's open. Anyway, I did make the change, but I'd forgotten that I did, and I was doing some other things, and I pressed enter, and lo and behold, I actually took the trade at 1598, and I got out at 1640, right here, escaped it in my opinion, and then at 1625 also right around here, and now it just collapsed for the rest of the day. So that was just it was a real fortunate one. It's an error I've made a couple of times actually, and it's maybe I'm just tired first thing in the morning, and I'm also looking at so many other things, trying to find earnings plays and finding the potential reversals, answering emails. So there's my excuse. Anyway, that is definitely it for the day. I'm just trying to see if there's anything I'm going to watch other than that CTSO. I haven't, of course, it's still early. I haven't done my evening scan yet, so I'll keep an eye on this one just to see. But I hate it when. I shouldn't say hate. My wife always says you shouldn't hate anything. This really is not ideal. The fact that it has come all the way off the high of the day, and if it just keeps on drifting down, then I mean it's really no trade. So to be looking for on Monday, in my opinion. But we'll see. All right, that's it. I hope everybody has a great weekend. And here's again the address to get into the room. And you can log in with your Facebook or Twitter account. And I hope to see you in the trading room on Monday.